Hello everybody, welcome back to Rain and Pours. I am Mitch and sorry for this weird camera angle, but I'm trying out something different today. So I am going to be using for today's pour 3 of the brand new This Little Piggy pigments. These are soon to be released, so Shelee will have already done the live by now and I can't wait to show you how these look. I'm obsessed with 2 of these and I can't wait to see how the third one performs. So the very first colour is called Vinyasa. This is a super dark, deep blue. It is like a Payne's grey colour, so it's much darker than Sapphire. It's almost like if Sapphire and Galaxy were mixed together, and you get this super dark, super deep blue. It's perfect, and it looks very similar in shade to Holbein Payne's grey. So if you see my last video where I did the Lazy Susan, I used that and I used the Payne's grey as well, and it looks fantastic. This next colour is called Cottontail and it is a perfect grey. I didn't know there was a difference between grey and silver, but there is definitely a difference, and this is more grey than silver. It reminds me of Meteorite without the gold shift, but it's different to Meteorite. Like, the colour is just not the same. Meteorite is much warmer than this. And the last colour I have is called Aquamarine. This is the Interference Turquoise pigment, and this is everything I didn't know that I was missing and that I need. So you can see that beautiful turquoise teal colour shift happening from that interference pigment. So I'm going to simply be using these 3 pigments over a black base, sorry. I want a black base and I want black cell activator. I love a black coaster. I love my black base. I am starting to warm up to the white bases. I can see their merit, but black has my heart. So I'm going to start off today with some good old coasters. Sorry for the clattering. So yeah, just going to start off with some coasters, see how this color combination works out. And if I like it, I will go a little bigger. Now, I did just remember that the last time I bought black paint, it was full of bubbles. Not cool. And I've just noticed them. So we're going to see how this goes. So first colour I'm going to put down is Vinyasa, followed by Cottontail. Forgot the name of it just then. And then Aquamarine. Alright, black cell activator, and we're just going to give it a blowout and see how we go. Cannot go wrong with some good old blues in this color combination. I love it. Let me see if I can get you a bit closer with the camera. I'm not really liking this camera angle here. Let me see what I can do. Ooh. And it's gonna have to do, I think. I don't think I can get it low enough down to get a decent shot, but what do you think of that? Doesn't that look fantastic? All right, let me spin this out, and then, not centered at all, not even close. What is wrong with me? Okay, let's give it a good spin, get it right off the edges, make sure we've got enough coverage, and then let's see what we have. Oops, slippery and slidey. Okay, so all of my colours are quite thin because it is very, very warm here. So I need to change the way that I'm going to blow this out. I need to blow a little bit softer and try and skim that paint a little more than I normally do. Just forgot to put my apron on too. I sort of just walked in here and went, yeah, I'm going to paint. Didn't give much thought to it, to be fair. And And some days, that is when you create the best art. So, this is what those colours look like, and you can clearly see that Vinyasa is really beautiful with that soft grey from the Cottontail and that corner where Aquamarine is sitting. So that's pretty much as spun out as that's going to get. I'm going to put this one aside and then let's try another one. And I'm going to change up the layer order ever so slightly because I want more of the aquamarine to show through. So the way I'm going to do that is I am going to layer that closer to the bottom. So this time, let's do Vinyasa. I do want that as my first layer. Then Aquamarine. And then Cottontail. And remember, this time I'm going to blow a little bit more softly to try and get that paint to stay more in the center. That's better. Definitely got more of the aquamarine showing up there like I wanted. But still blowing through to the pillow, which tells me that the pillow paint is thin. So I'm just tilting side to side to make sure I get enough paint off. And making sure you spin enough paint off so it doesn't warp as it dries. And I'm just moving this around so that I can keep spinning and not fling paint everywhere. Alright, let me lift this one up for you so you can see. These are so pretty. Just beautiful. So I lost the Cottontail in this one, but I got more of the aquamarine. So something else that could be a factor other than consistency is layering. So it doesn't hurt to change up your layering every now and then. And I am just going to scrape off the extra paint. I'm not saving this extra paint like I normally would because the silicone mat isn't clean, so I don't want to scrape up any chunks into the good paint, so I'm just not going to do it. Let's try another one. So blowing more gently definitely helped. It would be much better if my paints were thicker. This time I would like to put Aquamarine down first, then Vinyasa, and then Cottontail. So when you're blowing out your paints, you want to try and target that central part where the cell activator is sitting. And then as you blow it out, you'll start to see a ripple form where your breath is warping the paint. At that point, you want to move your head backwards and try and blow a little bit harder. It's a very difficult movement to perfect. It does take lots and lots of practice. So if you're blooming and you're really struggling, and you just can't seem to get it to blow out, just keep practicing. Try altering the shape of your mouth. Use a tool if you need to. Use a straw or something like a mini blower if you're not able to blow that out. So this one definitely got a lot more of that aquamarine colour. It is, I'm going to say it right now, out of all of the pigments that have ever been created by This Little Piggy, aquamarine is my favourite. Sorry Zeus, I know Zeus is my colour, but aquamarine's taken the cake on this one. Now my contact paper has come off from the bottom the tile, which is going to be a problem, but I'm just going to sit that aside, and whatever happens with this, I'll sand off the drips when I put resin on them. But that is so cool. Alright, last one. Okay, and for this one I think I'll go back to my original layering, just because I've got a fair bit of blue in the other two and I don't have so much of the grey. So let's do Vinyasa, Cottontail, and then Aquamarine. Okay, let's have a look. This one is definitely more Vinyasa. Definitely got more of that blue. But in those patches on the side, look at that patch of blue there, and in those couple of cells on the edge. So even though there's not full coverage of every colour, they do lend themselves to certain parts of each tile. And they just look fantastic. So cool. I think my favourite one is the second one with mostly the aquamarine, but they all look quite nice. So those are 3 of the new colours, Vinyasa, Aquamarine and Cottontail. They should be available for purchase soon. Please keep an eye on the Fluid Art Co website for release dates and check out the colour reveal if you haven't already. My name's Mitch, this is Rain and Pours. If you like what I'm doing, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.